Moving on to Arsenal dropping points against Brighton. What do you think of the penalty? Be honest.
I think it's a penalty.
Do you honestly think it's a penalty from the bottom of your heart?
But if it wasn't given, I wouldn't be crying about it.
Clash of heads happen all the time.
It's not a clash of heads, Theo.
He does head the ball though.
This is really annoying me. This is really annoying me.
So why wasn't Gordon
João
given
Pedro, again, that could easily be a penalty.
This is the inconsistency.
I'm in the middle of it.
I said it to Lou in the chat. I think the on-field decision was always going to be the one that gets given.
I just don't...
It's like they weren't going to overrule either of them. The Gordon one could have quite possibly been a pen.
Kulusevski never intends in any way to go for the ball with his shoulder or get involved with his shoulder. Saliba tries to head the ball, misses it. The only reason the ball touches his head is because João Pedro tries to flick it to himself. So Saliba's miles up. He puts his head there and he misses the ball completely. He heads João Pedro's face.
Listen here,
it's a penalty.
Listen here, son. I've been watching football for almost 60 years, okay? And I've never seen a penalty given like that in my life.
When has that ever happened?
You're 60.
When is it? People are making out like they both went for a header and there was a clash of heads. It wasn't. João Pedro was in control.
I know, but if you think that's a penalty, game's gone.
Why?
Game's gone.
Why?
You need to only
Game's gone.
Explain why.
Clash of heads happen all the time in the box,
Saliba only touch it
all the time.
It's not a clash of heads. He heads his...
They both go for the header.
No, João Pedro's in control of the ball. It's his ball. He flicks it. It's not a clash of heads from a corner where they've both tried to head it and it's just a clash of heads. That isn't what's happened.
But you literally just said if it weren't given, you'd agree with that as well. So
I said I wouldn't kick off.
Which one is it?
I'm okay with the decision.
Gordon getting clomped in the nose is more of a pen than that.
I disagree because that's a coming together. He's not trying to go for the ball with his shoulder.
You said there were. Come on, because you're part of the show as well now. You said
I could see.
I think the Gordon one. Like, I don't think that's come together. I think he knows he's beat, and like he doesn't do anything. But he takes him down, mate. I think
because it's not his shoulder, mate. People come together and get given his pens all the time.
No, but the difference is, say Gordon would have checked in, with the ball, and Kulusevski accidentally clips his ankle and he goes over. It's a penalty.
Why is that any different?
Play the ball,
why is that any different if the player goes down? If the player goes down,
like that and running into them.
If the player's going down from a distance,
they don't. That doesn't happen a lot.
What are you on about?
People body check people all the time in the box.
The amount of times free kicks are given.
Free kicks, not penalties.
It doesn't matter.
But Tom, it doesn't matter if he's beat the man. If he's beat the man and is in a dangerous position and then gets taken down without anyone contact the ball, that should be a penalty. I think the header.
I've accepted the Gordon one could easily have been a penalty.
I think the Arsenal one shouldn't have been a pen.
Why?
I don't think it's as bad as you making out.
I'm not. The thing, it's not. The reason it's not a clash of heads. João Pedro's in control of the ball. He heads his face.
No, his intention was to go for the ball. He's missed the ball. He's caught him a little bit. Yeah.
He hasn't caught, mate. He's headed his face.
Well, that's what I mean. But what's it? This is me. I can't see how you. I understand if you make that argument, fair enough. But then I think you're choosing different arguments for a similar incident.
We're also
you made a good point. The Gordon one probably is a penalty. Yeah.
Saliba makes contact with the ball before his head.
No, he did. Oh my God.
Yes, he does. You clearly haven't seen the game then, mate. You clearly have not seen it.
It's basically in the same motion, but he only touches the ball because João Pedro heads it onto him on top of his head.
But he still does get the ball then.
Oh, come on, man.
But that
is the definition of it, though.
He's headed the fucking ball!
That is the definition.
He didn't head it though, did he?
But it's his head.
The fucking game.
He didn't head it.
Are you done?
The ball was headed on.
He still fucking.
He completely missed the ball.
He has every right to put his. He might have. How are you going to prove that he didn't second guess that motion? He hits the ball first
because he's in the same motion.
But what's it? If someone contacts the ball first, no matter what happens in the intention, they've hit the ball first and followed through.
No, you can get no. I disagree with that one though because
what about the Romero one when
he said it's so long as you get the ball, it doesn't really matter because there's challenges where you can get the ball and break someone's fucking leg.
Yeah, not studs up, obviously, anything mad. But you're allowed to go in and try head the ball. He's headed the ball.
Mate, he barely brushes the ball on the top of his head and heads his face while João Pedro's in control of the ball.
Do you not think how many times in VAR have they analysed?
I haven't seen anything like that. I haven't seen anything like that.
Hear me out. How many times in VAR have they analysed this penalty? Does the foot brush the football? Oh, he's brushed the football. Man, he's won the ball. Let's not give that to the penalty. All the time. That happens all the time.
Who's your impression of, though?
The fucking stupid VAR twats. But that is my point. They go into such depth to find any minuscule touch of any football, and the one time you can clearly see it light as day.
That's actually...
What's happening, guys?
I actually don't think
Clear as day, light as day.
At the
That
top,
happens all the time.
No.
And I may sound like a twat.
No, that's a good
but
point.
hey, hear me out.
No, that's a good point. But I'm sure. Am I right in? It didn't come out until like a few hours later. Sky didn't show that, did they? He's took the touch of Saliba.
Why do you think, Tom?
But they have access to it.
No. But I mean, it had to be slowed down that much. It was only, I think, on match. Am I right here? Or
I don't
am
know.
I talking shit?
I don't know.
I swear, someone said it was only on Match of the Day on the night where they slowed it down so and replayed it so many times you could see a slight nick on his head. But
Was it João Pedro tried to murder someone the other week
yeah,
with his elbow?
Yeah.
Sort of
Yeah,
had it
it
coming
was,
down,
actually.
though.
You can't say much with Joe Linton in your team,
Mate, no. João Pedro literally
do you know
tried to
what? The
fucking
more-
kill him.
Yeah,
it was
that's
crazy.
Yeah.
The more I look at that one as well, and unfortunately, the laws are the laws. The Joe Linton was the right decision
What?
because they've changed the law, haven't
Joe
they?
Linton?
I thought he was on about Joe Linton handball.
No, what about João
I'm
Pedro?
sorry, Joe
fucking
Linton
trying to
just
kill
constantly
someone?
punching
Oh
people,
yeah. No, look, I can understand your frustrations, but you can understand why that's given, though.
Yeah.
Take
I
away
understand.
other decisions.
No, I understand why it's given, yeah.
So can't we just go? It could be a
also,
penalty. Let's get over
I
it.
say I understand why it's given. It's
So
still
what-
just
what-
bollocks.
No,
though, isn't it?
yeah, but they're giving more. They're giving more onus to the on-field decisions, aren't they now? Rather than just being like,
but
"Oh,
you
right,
say
we're in a
that.
lab there."
You
let's
say
have a
that.
time."
Aren't Arsenal, not you two, because you two aren't that bad. Aren't Arsenal fans sick and tired and bored of just? do
never
Arsenal
our
fans
fault.
watch the game or do they just watch the ref? I don't get it. Like,
You know,
we understand they're human. They make
you
mistakes. Your players make mistakes as well. A fucking
My
lot.
thing
A
is,
lot of
it's-
mistakes.
Did you see in the Liverpool Man United game? I don't know who it was. I want to say it's Hoyland. It was one of the players.
Kicked it away.
Just booted the ball
It was
again.
Hoyland, yeah.
This
It
is
was like
what
10
does
yards.
me
But
head
no,
in.
this-
It's
no, my
like
point is this.
No, but
Remember
after
Declan
Rice,
Rice?
yeah, but after Rice had that happened in the same game, the Brighton play. Yeah, after that they've said they were going to be less strict on it, haven't they? So what do you want them to do? So just because Rice was hard done by, you now want everyone to be sent off for that?
But and what I'll say also,
It's ridiculous.
no, for
It's such a victim
no,
mentality.
for every
It's
bad
like-
decision that is, I bet all you Arsenal fans aren't pointing out when the same decision is
when
given.
early guy
You're
handballed
not
it
like,
in the
oh,
box.
look in this Tottenham game, he kicked it away and got a yellow. You're not saying, oh,
You know what
good
it is,
job.
Lou?
You're only looking for little things to play
Yeah.
the victim because you can't hold onto the concept that you're
Why
not
you
winning
coming
the
after me
games
now? You were on my
off your
side
own
a
back.
second ago.
It's
My
just
point
Arsenal
is-
fans
Nah,
just
yeah,
being
he's
fucking
right.
weird.
The point
I'm
is-
bored of hearing about referees. Referees make wrong decisions. Fucking
Keep a
so
catalogue,
what?
mate, with all the fucking in little categories
This
and the
happened to
folders.
us in April. It's a fucking. It's
Honestly,
honestly,
out,
mate.
Yeah, we
honest-
know who he's talking
Oh, I've
about.
had to
man.
block him. I've honestly had to block him. Obviously, I don't follow
I
him.
know
Just
who
keep-
this whole rant is
Ultimately,
not
He
right
just
to that.
keeps coming up. On
Ultimately,
my
right?
fucking tie. Shut the fuck up, you weirdo.
Ultimately,
It's not the ref's fault. You can't beat Everton or Brighton. Like, what just fucking annoys me so much. I used to. We had one the other week about fucking. Who did Albion play the other week? We should have had a penalty and we drew. And it's like, oh yeah, do you know what? So what? So fucking what? We should have had a penalty, but who cares?
ultimately, I don't actually care that much. But the point is that we say at time it's getting a bit boring. Is that the inconsistency is what the issue is with many
That's what-
teams.
yeah,
with
yeah,
every team in
yeah.
the Premier
I
League.
think
Every
actually
team,
it's
every
very much
team,
better.
every team gets decisions wrong and every
it's
team gets
hard
decisions right.
It's really
And-
hard to
and-
be consistent with
and-
with
and at the
different
same
referees.
time, Arsenal should have beaten Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Brighton should have beaten the
Do
second
you not
half,
think
but-
VAR's been better? I haven't
I think
been.
it's been better
I've
this
never
season.
been proper wound up over a VAR decision in a while.
Yeah, I
And maybe
think-
we're
Well,
getting
no,
the better end of it.
the reason is
Your
because
team
they
is
have
very blind.
the reason is because they have less power, right?
By the way, if you were a Spurs fan,
Yeah, hearing me say
if
that.
he was a Spurs fan and Spurs score the goal where it's hit that bloke's arm.
Oh, do you know, I
But
think I think that's fair.
The
No,
thing
I
is,
know,
I
but-
understand the annoyance, but the annoyance is the rule was
Yeah,
followed.
the
It's
rule
the
is-
annoyance at the rule
Yeah.
there.
But do you know
They
this-
followed
yeah,
the
yeah,
rule
yeah.
correctly.
being
But
followed, though.
also, Lewis, in fairness, why can't we just go back to ball to hand or hand to ball?
I agree.
Joe Linton has his hands. Do you know the one after with Dan Burn? That should have been a booking
Yeah.
because he puts his
Yeah,
arm
yeah,
out.
swings his
That,
arm.
I
for
actually
it.
thought it hit his chest.
no, it hits his arm.
No, but it's like
No, but it does hit his arm.
Yeah.
That is hand to ball. That's deliberate. He's making a
Should've been
movement.
sent off then. He was already on
Joe
the yellow.
Linton, his hands down. The ball's kicked at him from 5 yards. He can't do anything about
You
that.
know when the
And sorry.
is that rule been into play? Because you know, like when sometimes there's a goal and like there's been the ball's touched the hand
It has
because
to
it
be
ends
the
up in a
assist.
goal.
It has to be the person making the assist or the person scoring.
Fuck.
The
See,
thing is,
if Joe Linton would have passed to Gordon, it would have been ruled out.
Yeah.
So that
It's
makes
too many rules,
which makes a mockery of the handball rule. Then, so
Yeah.
what they're saying is, It is handball, but it's just not close enough to the goal for it to matter.
How does that?
It's either handball or it isn't, is it?
That doesn't make any sense.
It's fucking
It
bullshit.
all evens itself out. The thing is, like, say we had a goal disallowed, which was arguably very unfair on Bruno against Man United. You take that, and then it genuinely does balance out throughout the season.
It always has, Lewis.
I don't know why
you
I'm
know
crying
how they do come out and say sometimes, like, well, ex-referees say, like, during games they do try and balance the field of play if they think they've made a decision wrong or whatever. Do you think that's why the Gordon
definitely
one was...
do. They did at Spurs, man.
There's always a point of
think?
unconscious bias whether or not they've made a correct decision.
Also, what people forget is different referees have different thresholds, and different games require different refereeing. So a big derby, maybe in the first minute or so, you don't book someone. You let one or two go just to... Because as soon as you get that card out, fucking hell, it's card happy. Maybe another. So sometimes different games are ref differently. Like, not everything. Otherwise, we might as well just have robots reffing. And then you'd get consistency, but then people would be pissed off because we'd be stopping the game every 2 minutes for like
to recharge the robot.
Yeah. Didn't expect that. But yeah, I just think I'd stop crying about refs, man. Like, they get most decisions right, as much as you don't want to believe that they do. They get most decisions right, and just because one decision happened in one game doesn't mean just fucking you're all babbies.
Do you think this is a big opportunity lost for Arsenal with Liverpool dropping points and Chelsea dropping points?
Yeah,
I think we're too far back now. Anyway, I think it's just.
I don't think
with the
you can't
games in
afford
hand,
to do
they've got
this.
2 games in hand, haven't they? Liverpool.
Just one.
Oh,
Everton.
Yes, there was one.
Was going to be another one. Yeah.
The deficit's so big, you can't afford to like Everton and
it's not
Brighton.
6
points.
It's not as big as everyone thinks it.
I look at these the Everton game. You're not playing Everton again. You're not playing Everton again. That's should be 3.
Well, in the grand schemes, if you look at Premier League history, it's not that big of a lead, is it?
Yeah, he's got a point.
Yeah, it's 5 points at the moment. 6 points.
It'll be 9 if they beat.
9
Everton.
if
they probably will. But also at that point, are we playing well enough to catch them?
Yeah, you're not taking your opportunities.
Ethan Wanyeri's just injured as well.
Objectively, the points difference actually is not as big as you're making out to. Well, sorry, it's been made out to be. But are the teams around them good enough to catch them?
And also, are Liverpool going to drop 9 points without you dropping points?
It depends what.
That's why. So that's why Reeve's saying it's a big lead.
With Wanyeri's injury, it's not ideal. That's why I think January is important for Arsenal specifically.
Yeah, huge.
That forward line has to get bolstered.
Because I thought Liverpool have shown a bit of chink in their armour, like recently.
Yeah.
They're not unbeatable. They're not this super team. If you can sort a fucking striker out in January, and maybe, I don't know, a Kudus and then a striker, you've got more than enough to win the league. More than enough. But at the minute, you just can't see games out or get over the line. It's like... But Chelsea have started doing that. Like, before, they were just not playing that well, but then the firepower would get them through. Yeah. It's hard, mate. It's fucking...
Arsenal Spurs in a couple of weeks. When do Arsenal
It's next game week.
Wait, Arsenal have played Liverpool twice already?
Yeah, you drew 2-2 at home, didn't you? Is that right?
When did we play them away?
That last season. I know you haven't played them away.
Wait.
No, we've only played them once.
Yeah. Oh, we got Liverpool.
It's in May.
10th of May.
Yeah.
2 games before the end. Liverpool at home.
It might
Anfield,
not matter
sorry.
at that point.
You might have already
Might be a big game. That might be a big game.
It might be, but also, yeah.
You might have already won the league by then.
Yeah, that's actually more likely to happen, to be fair.
Yeah, but the North London derby's next, isn't it?